I used to think that to really learn a language, I needed hours long focused study sessions, total silence, full concentration, and of course, that almost never happened. Well, except when I was still at school preparing for exams. Back then, I could force myself to study for hours. But now, like most of us, I have a job, a life, responsibilities. Finding a 2-hour block in the middle of the day feels almost impossible. And every time I skipped a session, I felt guilty, like I was falling behind again. But here's what I eventually realized. It wasn't a motivation problem. It was a system problem. I thought the issue was discipline, but really it was energy. Because your brain doesn't respond to pressure, it responds to safety. When you are tired, stressed, or distracted, forcing yourself to study harder just makes your brain shut down faster. That's why those marathon sessions feel productive, but it never lasts. Fluency doesn't come from intensity, it comes from consistency your brain can trust. The truth is, you don't need more time, you need rhythm. But here's the paradox. 30 minutes a day done right can outperform a 3-hour study marathon. Let me show you why. When I studied combining language learning and neuroscience, everything suddenly made sense. Our brain doesn't build memory through effort, it builds through activation frequency. Each time you use a language, even for short moments, the same neural pathway light up again. And more often they activate, the stronger they become, like tiny electrical circuits being reinforced with every pulse. There's a famous study by neuroscientist Douglas Fuse that explains this perfectly. The strength of a connection in your brain depends on how often it's activated, not how long you study. That means one 30-minute session every day gives your brain 6 or 7 trances a week to strengthen those pathways, while one big 3-hour session only activates them once. And there's some more. When you study too long, your brain slips into overload. It stops absorbing new information and starts shutting down your focus network to recover. So those moments when you feel tired, distracted, or done, that's not laziness, that's your brain protecting itself. Which is why short, consistent activation, 30 minutes or less, don't just fit better into your schedule, they actually fit better into your biology. So what does 30 minutes actually look like for me? Most days it's really simple. I pick up short video, podcast, just 3 to 5 minutes long in a language I'm learning, for example, German. First, I listen to it once, without stopping, just to get the rhythm and emotion. Then I go back and check the new words, but I only note down the ones that feel useful to me, the ones I would actually use in real life. After that, I do shadowing, repeating the lines out loud, matching the speaker's rhythm and tone. It's my favorite part because it trains both listening and speaking at the same time. You can do the same thing with your textbook, your favorite podcast, but I really recommend choosing material that has audio. Because when you involve your ears, your voice, and your attention together, that's when the learning starts to stick. And that's it. Nothing complicated, nothing perfect, just one focused loop, 30 minutes a day. Some days, I don't even sit down to study. I just integrate the language into my day. I listen to a podcast while walking to the gym. I read one short article during lunch. I think through my to-do list in the language I'm learning. Those tiny moments might not look like a study time, but they keep my brain connected, like little heartbeat activation throughout the day. And the best part is, it no longer feels like something I have to make time for. It's simply part of how I move through the day, like brushing my teeth or having coffee. When language becomes part of your life, you stop chasing motivation. At some point, learning stops being about progress charts. It becomes about who you are becoming every time you show up. Let's say when you study for 30 minutes a day, you are not just learning new words. You are training your brain to be focused, patient, and curious again. You are teaching yourself consistency. You are building calm. You are becoming someone whose mind stays alive. So no, you don't need more time. You just need rhythm and consistency. And once your brain finds that rhythm, learning becomes effortless because it's a simple part of who you are. If you have been waiting for the perfect moment, the long stretch of time, the right motivation, this is your sign to stop waiting. Start with 30 minutes or even just 15 minutes. Make it light, make it daily, make it yours. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's learning a language too. I will see you in the next one. Bye!